got the Uconn Huskies and Arizona.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the floor for Uconn. Bach, he's in at shooting guard, and it's Splitter in at the 5 down low. Lawson kicks to Johnson. Here's Mitchell. Good work defensively by Martin.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
To the inside, Bach, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
There's a screen. Wants in the pass to Lewis. The baseline J. And Splitter pulls it down.
Boy, Arizona has had a lot of outstanding players in the NBA at all positions. For a while, they were known as a guard factory, and rightly so. Plenty of the outstanding guards have played in Wildcat jerseys.
On defense, the Huskies. Lawson dishes to Mitchell. Passes it to Lewis. Arizona moving the ball around. He kicks to Mitchell. And he overshot that one, missing. For the Arizona Wildcat program, a lot of great guards over the years. Perimeter players in general have been their strength.
Yeah, think about it. Andre Iguodala, Jason Terry, Richard Jefferson are some of the recent names. How about Gilbert Arenas as well? I mean, they've made their way also into the coaching ranks as well, with Steve Kerr doing a terrific job with the Warriors, and now Luke Walton, an assistant.
And at the small forward spot. Lawson kicks to Mitchell. No good with the elbow jumper.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Well, you could pick any team in the NBA and name a Husky that played for him at some point. Uconn has had a big impact on the NBA.
I mean, Uconn has had a lot of NBA talent pass through their school. I mean, it speaks volumes about how well they are able to develop talent and win championships.
Freak kicks today. Stolen by Lewis. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Johnson's got his first 2 points. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Arizona.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Lawson outside. Here's Hollis Jefferson.
Two shots, gentlemen. Stay down. That's his first personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Hollis Jefferson at the line for 2.
Well, for the Arizona Wildcat program, they didn't really become the force it is today until the 80s. Since then, Greg, Arizona has been a big player in the conference.
How about having a string of conference titles, 14 in total, all coming since 1986.
He doesn't get the second one. Here's Posey. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Posey's got his first bucket of the night.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Watson the pass to Landry. 54 seconds left in the first half of the game. Watson outside. Clock at 6. They set the screen. Shot off the screen. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And for the Wildcats, arguably their best years were in the late 90s and early 2000s. In 1997, they won their
get going for the second half of play.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish control. If Freak can get hot, his team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
We've got Hollis Jefferson. Johnson is out there with Mitchell. And it's Lawson in at the point. And for the Huskies, Bach in at 2 guard. And it's Martin in at the 4 spot. And for Arizona, we've got Johnson. Mitchell is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Lewis in at the center filling out the middle.
Boy, how about the Huskies and the success they found in the tournament over the years? I mean, 4 titles for that program in all, with the first coming in '99. They've been absolutely dominant the past 2 decades.
And here's Lawson. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Arizona lead.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Day kicks to Joseph. Trying to find Martin. He's got it now. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Arizona leading by 5. The dish to Mitchell. Watson with a screen on Martin. There's a screen. Splitter against Lewis. Arizona moving the ball around. Watson outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Johnson. Arizona needs to get off a shot. And it's Mitchell missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And a wide open look for Freak. Drains it from beyond the arc. Freak's got 5 points so far.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Lawson right side. Johnson attacking. Outside Lewis. Huskies with the rebound.
You got to be careful, though. There's a real balancing act. You can't let your ego try to run your offense. You could see he really wanted to answer that made 3 with one of his own. Not the best decision.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lawson. Unloads from 13. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 6 points for him. Uconn trails by 4. Day kicks to Freak. Martin up top. Here is Day. Lawson defending. It's Freak, top of the key. Splitter sets a screen. Here's Bach. From outside, off the mark.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
On the floor for Uconn. Bach, he's in at shooting guard. And it's Splitter in at the center. And that one's good. Day kicks to Joseph. They get the rebound. The game has come down to this.
Ginormous possession here.
What intensity. There's the screen to tie it up. The shot misses. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second half. And the foul called on Freak. So that'll be his second foul of the game. We're in the single bonus, so they'll have 1-1 right now and that chance at the line. And he makes the first of the 1-1.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. 8 seconds left to play in the second half. Again, the miss by the Huskies.